I'm Bob Hallmark in Longview today. I'm at the Highway 80 rescue mission, and we're talking about weather right now. Now, it's been unusually warm in November, and that spells really kind of good news and bad news for the mission. Usually at this time of year, they already have a lot of people coming in because of the cold, but with 70-degree temperatures in November, that has kind of cooled them off a little bit. But that also means that donations that they would have been getting, that they had started on early for winter clothing and things like that, is a little bit, I guess, sketchy at this point, but we'll find out a little more about that. Juan Davis joins us right now to talk a little bit about this. Now, you're a case manager here.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about what do you expect when when the weather turns here?
Well, as you know, East Texas weather is hard to predict, and when it does change, it changes in an instant. So right now we're pretty 3/4 full, which means we have a pretty good turnover right now. But when it happens and it gets cold, all of a sudden we may have anywhere from 5 to 25 people, if not 30 people, on overflow. And so that means that what our need in blankets, men's underwear, socks,
Coats, things of that nature.
hats, gloves, those things become a priority.
Now, I know you guys started early on this because I talked to Brian Livingston, the director, and he said you started early thinking that, well, let's go ahead and get this knocked out now. There's a theory out there that when the weather's nice, people tend to forget to make those donations. So I'm guessing you want to encourage people, even if it's warm, go ahead and make those donations now.
Well, it's a thing of that it requires a little bit of understanding. The reality of it is the need is there year round. And even though the weather's warmer, like for those that have stayed here before and may have restrictions, they know that when the weather gets bad, when it gets cold or when it gets too hot, come in, get out of the weather, because we'd rather see you here than out there risking your life. And so the need is always here year round.
That's right, and I know this for a fact because you guys do regularly make contact with people who live out in makeshift tents and things of that nature, saying, hey, look, when it starts getting cold, come on in because we'll find a place for you. We'll sleep you on the floor if we have to.
If we have to.
We just want to get you in. So at this point right now, we're okay, but as always, you're going to need things like the food donations and things of that nature as well.
Yes, especially during the holidays, as we're getting ready to go into this holiday season. Not only do we feed the people that are in shelter, we open our doors to the community during the holidays for meals, and actually any day of the week that someone is in need of a meal, our doors are open, whether you stay here or not. So
right. I noticed you've had a lot of people, travelers, have actually stopped in here to eat and things of that nature, and you don't turn them away, and that's a wonderful thing about the facility here. But the final thought here is obviously it's for safety. It's easy to get complacent when the weather is nice and warm and in the 70s, but it's easy to get complacent until you really have to have those things.
Right.
And that's what we're looking at right now, is this could turn on a dime, and we could be in 30, 40-degree weather at some point overnight, and that's really when it gets dangerous, and that's when you want these guys to come in.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't realize the risk of being outside in weather exposure. There has been more than one person that's come here because they failed to come in when it was cold, and next thing you know, now they're an amputee. And so whenever we get a chance to put the word out to encourage people to come in, seek shelter, it's just what we do.
Okay. All right, Juan, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll have more on this story tonight on KLTV 7 News. For KLTV Web Extra, I'm Bob Hallmark.